Yo guys, on to a brand new video on the channel. Today we're looking at the Variant Guide Series 5, 4-Minute Society's Deadrop Snapshot 6. This was just released today, and we're going over everything in the Variant Guide that was announced and or shown. And if you'd like to see more of these videos for whenever a new snapshot is released or keep to update on Deadrop, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So, like always, we have the cover art for the snapshot 6. This is once again the cleaners and Sector 3 with the new VFX and everything themed around the new snapshot. Very, very cool. We then go on to the statement from the developers, Robert Bowling, and how their progress has been developing the snapshot and how they've taken all of our feedback into consideration and implementing it into Snapshot 6. If you would like to read it, you can pause it right here. And then they have the feedback from the last snapshot and what they've changed and implemented. So we now have squads, we have new things for the zip line because people were upset about having to take so long going backwards up the zip line. So that's why they added the zip line thruster. We have the frag grenade, more healing items, and there's also some things with squads now since there is to be able to group up with people. So that is some of the feedback. Now for one of the biggest things in the snapshot, we have the cleaners. The refiner state has monopolized dust for too long operating in the shadows. Variants and claws fight for control over resources and loot, but they aren't just battling each other, they're battling the cleaners. These three individuals, or AI, employed by the refiner state cleaner factions, seem to be not quite human, not AI, but something in between. They clean up fallen variants for claws and scoop up any loot left behind. So if you watch my other video, they're basically, when someone dies, they go to the loot and they take it and make it part of the dead drop so no one can get it from the loot that was just dropped from the dead person. So that is what the cleaners are kind of what they are right now. They don't drop any loot themselves, but they're just there to guard people's loot that died over a certain amount of time. It is unknown what their true motivations are, but one thing is for certain: get on their bad side, you'll be dealing with more than just the rising freeze. So they're not aggressive, but if you get in their way or try to stop them or shoot them, then they attack you. Now we have squatting up, like I mentioned. So you're able to up to 3 people in a squad, and you'll be able to communicate with pings if you're not like in voice comes with them, and you can talk in game as well, since it's always proximity chat. There's also some new features in the settings. So that is the squads. And then we have the new proving grounds. So this is similar to the first one, but this is for a different sector. So the first proving grounds was turned into Sector 3, and this one will most likely be turned into a different sector. Unclear what it is. So it's new map, new chance to prove yourself. Step into the proving grounds and get familiar with every corner of this map. Put your skills to this task and give us feedback. So this is more apartments outside, like shopping center style. So we'll have to see what this turns into and what sector. Very, very cool. Some new weapons get some extra love with the art. So they finalized the art for some weapons. So we have the burst rifle, the heavy pistol, and the ranged shotgun. And they're working on exploring the idea of weapon-specific parts and attachments. We want to design parts and emphasize the unique characteristics, of each weapon. We also added grips to all weapons and tuned them accordingly based on feedback. And here's concept of ammo box, heavy ammo A. It's a very, very cool concept and looking art from this pistol or heavy ammo. Next, we have some new toys. We have the frag grenade. That's self-explanatory what it does. But there's some cool items right here. I mentioned the zipline thrusters. So you be able to go backwards on a zipline just as fast as you can go down. And this is a new thing. It's like an adrenaline syringe or like a booster shot or energy drink. So it basically gives you movement speed and gives you damage mitigation. So when you pop it, it lasts for 30 seconds. It's very, very good. I was using it today. It's basically for pushing people who are camping and you don't want to take as much damage. And then we have the currency, so dust has arrived. So the space dust has been forged into dust. The amber hued commodity is your ticket to more loot and making deals with one cleaner in particular, and that is the vendor. So lose something, you could get it back. If you play your cards right, strike a deal with one of the cleaners, the one they call the vendor, this guy right here. The vendor can help you recover lost loot if you have the dust to pay or the currency. Spend your dust coins wisely if you're looking for a payday. Sell your unwanted items to the vendor. So basically like a Tarkov vendor, buy, sell, insure, or tag in this case. And then if you lose it, you can buy it back, but it's going to cost you a little bit more if you didn't tag it. and you can take other people's tagged weapon. It'll just have a symbol on it. I'm not sure if that will be different or how people will get that back. We'll have to see. But that is the vendor and how he works. And then we have a teaser right here. Let me pull up real quick on my other monitor what this says. So here's the thing real quick. Let me pull up my notes of what it says. So this says right here, engine revving, multiple vehicles detected. Where does the road lead? Snapshot 7, the race is on. So it's kind of already implied, but you can see in the rear view mirror, you have a car, the car right here, and then the car out in front, and then you have the tower. So they'll be going to the tower in vehicles now. Unsure if there'll be combat or it's because it says race. So maybe we're racing each other to tower, so who can get to the loot first, or the certain priorities of the tower. You want to get there before someone else does. This looks like will be a route, maybe driving. I've heard mentions of helicopters, like helicopter pads, maybe some wingsuits. We'll have to see. And that is everything. There's the team that is in this variant guide. We did not get any like teaser what they're working on next, but this is probably what they're working on, the way to get to the tower, as well as finishing up that proving grounds to be the new sector. So this is a lot of cool and interesting things for this variant guide for Series 5. Let me know what your thoughts are if you've played or are you just following the game and have liked to see the development of Deadrop continue. If you have any feedback or want me to give any feedback to the devs, be sure to leave it down below, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.